Incredible! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And Spark are champions!
Good on, Pepe! Goal! It doesn't get any better than that!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to match day 4 of the Cosmopolitan First Division, where Schneider 2 will feature against the unbeaten Sandzak side, who have had 3 victories in a row. Let's begin with Sandzak, like we mentioned, in immaculate form, going 3 for 3, coming off a 2-1 win last time out against the defending regular season champions Polonia. Sandzak have next week off in the regular season, so a big chance to go for their 4th win in a row, and in essence rest next week, as they have a bye week as one remaining team is left over. So Sandzak's turn to quote-unquote rest next week. The fixture is here today with Schneider 2. Of course, their first team features in the APSL. They had a very big win on this very pitch against the Pan-Cyprian Freedoms with a score of 1-0. Schneider 2, on the other hand, are looking for their first points of the season, coming off a 4-2 loss last time out against Manhattan Kickers, who began the season in a strong manner. They still feature lots of quality, and can they jumpstart their season here at Roosevelt Island? Of course, one other important matchup to have on our eyes today, quote parentheses, is FC Ukini, who are in 2nd place, taking on Manhattan Kickers, who began the game in 3rd place, as we're off underway here at Roosevelt Island in the pink tops, white shorts, yellow socks. Schneider in their first possession, attacking from left to right, and moreover Sandzak in their blue and white strips. Who will begin the game at center back. You know, from what it looks like early on, Murat in the starting 11, so he will be beside the captain Haris Sabovic. Kolenovic trying to find Hrstanovic, and one name just to have an eye out on is the first appearance of the season. Here he is latching onto the ball for Mamadou Diambera, excuse me, who will lead the line today for Sandzak. Bu in possession. Bu trying to find Haris Sabovic. Mirza Sabovic, excuse me. Mirza Sabovic, and of course Haris Sabovic, the captain, at center back. Mirza leading the line today. A very flexible player, can play off the front, off the left, off the right, sometimes in the 10. Begin the game on the left-hand side as the first infringement of the match. Matthew has just had a quick word with the referee. As Zoom will play long. Contested, drops dangerously. Sabovic has to pop into the air. First contact won. A shot is curled, deflected awkwardly. It relocates, and a shot coming in, thumping off the hip of the center midfielder, Bu. Into the air, Matthew has a diligent at the back stick. You see very well, clear lines, some contact on the Diambera. No free kick given. Amadou at center back for Schneider. Obando going to ground. And the free kick just above the halfway line. If I'm not mistaken, Obando has scored so far in this season for the number 10 for Schneider. They'll have a free kick going to be delivered by Munoz. Loaded area in front of the Danilo Nivkovic goalmouth. Munoz lifts vertically and straight to the comfortable Nivkovic. He just had to backpedal a couple of steps and collect. We'll try the long direct service to Diambera. Here's a number 31, Bu. Hrstanovic from right full back. Just trying to pinpoint Sandzak's system as they are missing their starting center back from last week's partnership. Murat isn't in the starting 11. Matthew Heze going over to take vertically towards Sabovic. Cleared away. Obando can complete the clearance. Some press on Hrstanovic, who will control and find Tisiveri. Kolenovic first time. Back to Bu, who is maybe dropped in between the center backs. I'm still just trying to keep my eye on the system. For Sandzak. Nivkovic wants to play long over Sabovic. Mirza Sabovic on the top of the box. Thought about a shot. It falls to Çelebi, who has some contact, and referees stopping play as 2 men are down. As an early stoppage, as Çelebi entered the box and tried to get his shot off of coming together of legs. Referee pointed at the direction. I don't believe he pointed at the penalty spot, but Çelebi is up in slight discomfort. As we will restart after a slight stoppage with a throw-in, so no infringement. Both players, for the team's sake, good to continue. Flung into the box. Of course, this Roosevelt Island pitch is a bit smaller than the usuals of Randall's Island and or Belson Stadium, Hofstra, for example, which are in dimension much wider and longer. So something to keep an eye out on as Obando wins a free kick is the long service from the final third from a throw-in, which can hurl it in. Clipped into the area to the second post over Bu. And the throw in for Zoom. All the way back to their goalkeeper. The Umberra's press was urgent. Lovely control by Bu, trying to locate Sabovic's movement. Pressing Munoz, and Munoz wants to play over the top. Sabovic getting underneath it, and the free kick. Quickly taken towards Çelebi, who wins the first ball. The Umberra, industrious, athletic forward, rapid pace, and certainly his pressing is something to keep an eye out on. This in this situation forced the goalkeeper just to clear out into touch. Hrstanovic advanced. Sandzak can circulate the ball a bit now. Sabovic will lift diagonally, first time into the area, cleared away by Obando. There's a whistle. Schneider feature Obando, with the number 10 that I mentioned that I believe has scored their goal, and number 6 as well, Obando, in the middle of the park. All the way back to the Montenegrin goalkeeper. Sabovic looking for movement. Line splitting to Sabovic. We saw that last week, the Sabovic connection. This time it was vice versa, breaking the first line. And it falls to Kolenovic, who's battling on the top of the box. Intricate from Diombera. And good intervention. Want to go direct towards Erbarth, who is leading the line for Zoom. And the free kick. Erbarth just made a late dart into the channel after the possession was dispossessed by Obando, who's actually playing at center back. Apologies for that. He was in the midfield after a second phase. Obando, who won the possession and tried to play Erbarth, aligning his defensive line on the 18, as Kolenovic will tease this into the second post. The heads went up. Top of the box effort is hit with cleanliness and just the wrong side of the post, but ambitious and a good strike, good contact. As the substitute here that will enter is Alexis Santa, the man that won the penalty in essence and delivered the penalty into the back of the net, beaten Neves last time out against Polonia to find their second goal and to retake the lead and eventually see out the game. He will replace Diombera, from what it looks like, at center forward. A very fluid player, Alexis Santa, could play a multitude of positions. We'll see maybe a different style of build-up play when he is on the top of the pitch, as Coach Kamal Hat is having some words with Diombera, some instructions. His first, of course, from what I can gather, his first outing of the year, so maybe fitness levels are just something to keep an eye out. I want to keep him fresh, and we know his sheer athleticism and pace. Maybe a clever move from Coach Hat just to give him a breather and to add some instructions on board. Heze. Back to the captain, Sabovic. Sabovic, back to Disiveri. Still can't quite pinpoint the system. I believe it's a very fluid 3-5-1-1, but at times they drop into a flat back four, so very versatile, as we mentioned. In the absence of Murat will compensate as such. So far so good defensively for Sandzak. They've had one chance on the other end to open the scoring. Maybe some service from Heze will cause trouble. Served in towards Celebi, a double deflection will be comfortable for the goalkeeper, who will distribute quickly to the left-hand side. Possession with Obando. Krstanovic just waits for it to trickle out. Erbarth going on the defender, so the back option wouldn't be selected for. A little tug from Boo, just enough to slow up his man. Vasquez infield cleverly. Heze will try to deliver first time. A clearance in the end. Amadou wins the first ball. And with Munoz, who plays infield. Munoz continuing his movement. The center forward has spun neatly. Munoz is lengthening his stride. However, the flag is risen for offside. Of course, guys, today's Game in Frame broadcast is brought to you by Petrobax, your gateway to Spain and Portugal. From unforgettable vacations. Let's just see this action first, as Stanovic has to just about keep it in play. Actually, it eventually trickled out. Of course, Petrobax gets you closer to the action, the culture, and the biggest teams on the Iberian Peninsula. Visit petrobax.com and start planning your dream trip today. $15 minutes gone. 0-0. Cross comes in, the captain underneath it. Obando backwards. Lovely diagonal from Ba, but a little bit overhit. Good idea nonetheless. Ba, who's in that center of midfield, and here he is in a duel. Just poking it out of play into touch. Chelebi goes over. Some space for Erbarth to run. Stood up by Sabovic, who's forcing him infield. Erbarth. Bu stands up his man. Filtered out to the left and back infield. So to Obando. Sabovic there to press. Obando's neat slide rule pass. A loaded area if they can find some service. Back to Erbarth, who's on the top of the box. Will try his left-footed effort. And out of play. Tisiveri. Kalenovic. Movement from Heze. Bu. Sabovic. Kalenovic. Wins the throw. Bu. Sabovic. Look where the positioning of Santa is now. The Peruvian. Infield. Bu. Contact. Whistle. Free kick. It's a long way away, but we've seen this in the very first matchup of the season. Sabovic from a long way away again. Good swerve on the ball. He's certainly scored an exemplary goal in Sandzak's first game of the season against Block FC from a similar location. Thought about why not? Clean contact, just the wrong side of the post. No build out in this instance. Instead, a long ball towards the halfway line. Obando first. Munoz was under it. Kalenovic finds a pocket. Back to Sabovic. Severi. Kalanovic lifting. Obando under it. Vasquez has to stretch. Dispossessed by Bu. First time to Santa. Free kick on Alexis Santa. Played it quickly. Kalanovic. Bu. Stanovic found an interesting position. Good press from Obando, forcing a backwards pass. Santa to Chalebi, whose movement into the channel just about remains in possession and now has to press in a tight quadrant. Clever feed from Santa to Bu. Drops it on his left foot. Severi teases it in. Obando, no nonsense clearance. De Oliveira with an attempt to win a throw in, but goes against him. Back with Obando. Lifted furthermore. Erboth trying to get under it. Sabovic clears. Chalebi's first touch just evades him. Ball on the turn. Munoz will lift. Lovely diagonal. First contact is popped into the air, needs a second clearance. It fell to Erbarth. Erbarth on the top of the box. Clearance. Again, of course, like we mentioned, this pitch is quite narrow at times, and maybe that diagonal service is a route to just maximize your space. So very neatly infield. Has a double deflection. Last off Ba. It's very. Kalanovic. Santa. Actually, that was Hrstanovic. Kalanovic is just dropping into a pocket now. Hrstanovic. Low and flat to Chalebi, using his body. Appeals of a free kick. Sabovic towards Mirza Sabovic. He overhit his pass. Tried to play in the transition and quite risky there from goalkeeper. Just wanted to draw it a little bit into his area before collecting. Sabovic was pressing. Long service. This is very aerially. Chalebi will pick up the seconds. Stanovic to the surety of his goalkeeper, Nivkovic. Severi can drive. Has made a sprint forward. And gets a nice hand slap from his coach. As Diombera will re-enter. Chalebi off. See who will, in essence, lead the line. Santa occupied that position, but is picking up some interesting positions in the channels and in the half spaces. Throw in Sandzak. Quickly taken, and neat idea. Nice quick thought and a snapshot, but nothing too discomforting for the Zoom Schneider shot stopper. Throwing for Zoom Schneider. Bond a good advantage given from the referee. Flag is down, now it's up. Severi has it. Has some space. Will just about retain it in the area. Santa. Stanovic has a little glance. The umbrella off the back shoulder. The idea was neat. Didn't fall to him in the end. Just off the end of the sole of the boot. Falls to Santa. The final ball there just lacking. Munoz from right full back. Continues his movement. The Oliveira linked it well with the fullback that went on a foray forward. Sabovic flicks. Obando with the chest. Vasquez with the back heel. Some duels again in the middle of the pitch. The ball will fall to Santa. The Umbrera's movement. Santa continuing his slalom. Vasquez has to just stretch his teammate a bit. Lovely ball into the space, and Nivkovic out to the circumference of his area to collect. Some good defending in there from Desiveri, who got between man and ball to allow his goalkeeper to come out and collect. Reverse to Erbarth, who has to lengthen his stride to retain, forced a bit wide, stood up by the captain. Vasquez thought about some service, only had one in the area. Erbarth dropping deep. Vasquez bypasses 1 and 2. The shot never came in. It was definitely in a dangerous position. De Oliveira with the left foot. Obando goes over. Transition for Sandzak. The Umbera beaten to it with a clinical intervention from Ndur, who possibly maybe overstretched something, or the landing caused him some discomfort. Getting a bit of a stretch, so maybe just felt a little twinge in that sprint backwards, but good defending in the end from the number 7, who's needing a moment to just stretch out his left leg, I believe. Kolenovic attempting a pirouette. Will go backwards to Severi. Some space to find the pass. Sabovic fell over and won aside a free kick. Sabovic already tried his right foot once, this time in a technically more favorable position for the right footer. Sabovic coiling up his right foot again, and the swerve went possibly the wrong side. Hits it with the laces slash instep, and of course the movement of the ball will at times discomfort the goalkeepers, but this attempt off target. Playing out of the back with Obando. Just be careful in those areas there with the build out. The Umbero infield to Santa. Scream of discontent as he had the ball taken off his possession. Sabovic. Iris Sabovic towards the right hand side. The Umbero into the channel. Cuts it back. Obando was there to eventually touch beyond the line. Corner kick for Sandzak. A loaded area. Going to be taking with outswing to the first post. Heze was there. An opportunity for transition for Schneider, who have numbers. The correct pass was just nibbled away. Erbarth has some space to coil up his shot. Across in the end, it falls into a dangerous position, and skewing his shot wide was the center back, who's sprinting back in position. Nivkovic probably noticed that and wanted to play direct, but a sprint in transition from the center back, who found himself in a appetizing position. Erbarth on the turn will curl, good shape to it, and Schneider in a matter of seconds, two presentable chances. Nivkovic will just touch it to his captain. Wanted Santa's movement. Sabovic has to clean up that he does. Nivkovic with a cool head. Sabovic pressed. Clearance falls to De Oliveira. Vasquez on the half turn. To the other side to De Oliveira. Heze. Back to Sabovic. Mirza Sabovic peeling off the left shoulder of Munoz, but backwards. Kolenovic pressed by De Oliveira. Left it. Kolenovic into the channel. Ball bounces neatly to him. Kolenovic wins his side a throw-in. Clever run by the number 19 to sprint and dart into the channel. Will Heze coil up one of those long throws. First contact is pivotal. Or will he take a short option? The long option, good length to it. Munoz first contact, second contact falls to Bu with his weak right foot. Good contact. Good contact for, as they say, his swinger, but left-footed player trying with his opposite foot, got good contact, but once again not so discomforting for the Zoom Schneider shot stopper. The Oliveira has just taken a second to get up from that challenge. Airbar. "36 minutes gone here at Roosevelt Island. We remain at 0. A couple of half chances for either side. Best one of the match possibly falling to Amadou, center back who made a sprint forwards in transition and found himself in a presentable position. About 12 yards out, but couldn't get a clean left foot on it. Vasquez. Ba. Advantage given by the referee. Munoz inverting. So to furthermore with the dribble. Munoz nods it to Oliveira. Munoz eventually slipped on his overlap. Kolenovic, the outside of the foot to Santa, drops the shoulder. And Obando found the possession. Free kick. Loaded area for the Zoom heads to try to find the first contact. Everyone back in defensive position as it's clipped in. Nifkovic will stay home, endure. The shot is quickly taken in and quickly distributed from Nifkovic to Diombera. Isolated, but has the possession, bypasses Obando as yellow is quickly brandished. It was all to Diombera, who's 1-on-4 and beat Obando, who had to dangle a leg, and possibly the right play there as Diombera was driving through. As a yellow card brandished to Obando. But a appetizing position for some good delivery from Kolenovic. Two-man wall is constructed. Kalenovic to the second post, overhit. Obando will let it bounce a couple of times before lacing a pass to De Oliveira outside the foot. This is very first, and everyone can just get back in shape.
Samo hustle, 30, come on. Nema stajanja.
Sandzak, who last week were scoreless at the half with defending champions Polonia. Let's get back to that in a second as De Oliveira, lovely athletic defensive work from Heze, who had to lengthen his stride to just nibble it beyond De Oliveira, who was in a good position. We'll conclude our point after this set piece, as De Oliveira has played the ball, placed the ball, and will deliver left-footed. Served in to the heart of the area. Applying knuckles is Nivkovic. Diombera can run away with possession. Santa. Heze. Out to touch. Just to conclude our point, last week it was scoreless at halftime between Sandzak and Polonia, and 3 goals in the second half. Sandzak hit the front through their captain, an equalizer from Polonia after an incredible save, it has to be said, from Nivkovic, that ricocheted in the 6 and tapped home from very close range. And of course the Alexis Santa penalty so soon after. So in essence, this is where Sandzak were last time out. Schneider certainly have been asking a question of 2 of the Nivkovic goal, so to Diombera, Santa, Sabovic, and a couple of good deliveries from Kalenovic on the other hand. Very back and forth games at times with a lot of transition and vertical service like such. Urbarth flicks for Stanovic first time with the sole of the boot. Vasquez tries to control. There he is. Vasquez to Ba. Ba thinking of clipping it to his fullback, and does with supreme accuracy, as a free kick on Heze, who again is doing the defending when necessary. 43 minutes gone, just about. 2 or so minutes left in this first half, 2 and some change. Maybe we'll have a minute of stoppage time. Not really many stoppages, a couple of injuries that were okay in the end for Endure and another player, I believe, but a free-flowing game. Kalenovic tries to tease one over the top. Munoz. First contact. Good communication from the captain to just note that Ba was going to retain. Flicked around. And a flick of the heels as well on Sabovic. Free kick, Sandzak. Of course, we know the importance of the minutes before halftime, how pivotal it is to finish strong, or if you can find the goal, it's a bonus. Sabovic, contact, goes over, appeals for a free kick. Referee was in a good position. Nivkovic has to scramble back. Obando, the 2 10s in a muscular duel. Kalenovic. Maybe Munoz just had a a chance to shoot as Nivkovic had to sprint back in goal, but wanted to take a short touch. Ba, who certainly has very clean, intricate touches. Lovely weight to Santa. Santa from a long way away. Just about 1 minute left in this so far scoreless first half. As indeed there isn't any time left, as referee will put whistle to lips at halftime here at Roosevelt Island. Sandzak 0, Schneider 0.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Welcome back, guys. Second half kickoff imminent here at Roosevelt Island. A scoreless first half.
Ovdje zagradi loptu, nisu ni loptu. Ono ja ti ja imam, ali i nije propustio. Nije propustio. Mora da se disciplinovan.
The referee gets us back up underway. Kalenovic. Vasquez. Long ball. Sabovic wins the first. Stanovic will put his foot through it. Santa, who, from what I'm seeing, just had a change of boots at halftime. Maybe wasn't pleased with his footing, but Santa in to begin the second half. So to Mirza Sabovic, Diombera, as Chalebi, from what I see, is
On nije smio da, vidiš ti, on nije smio da dođe, šta si izrao će futova, on nije smio da dođe po Španiji i taj skidovio Berline u Afru. On išao okolo vam.
Svaka ta Španija.
Endure.
Španjoli,
I Španija.
sve su postali vojne brodove, Španija, Italija, kako ne brodove što je u gazu.
Sabovic, Kalenovic, Stanovic, Diombera, byline, has the stretch, will win his side of corner. Kalenovic going over to take. Kalenovic devilishly to the first post. Stanovic will reload. Obando appeals of a flick on the hand, spotted by the referee. Quickly taken, maybe too quickly for the referee's liking.
How many fans? The stadium tonight? 2,000?
Vasquez was asking for the short option, will raise his lines forward as the goalkeeper will play into the left channel, left by Rusanovic. Which team can find just that moment of quality, of bit of a point of difference, something just a bit different in the final ball and the final execution of the action, as we remain at 0-0. A couple minutes gone in the first half. The clearance turns out into a good pass in the end. This very clear as the first ball for Stanovic. Some tugging. Kalenovic will find Bu. Bu has to be careful there. De Oliveira dancing onto his left foot. De Oliveira, and Nivkovic has to just stretch and extend his body with the left hand to flick it round the post. But a bit dangerous from Bu on the turn. Zoom have a ensuing corner. Hand risen, the service low. Maybe that was a intended location for a movement which never came. Certainly low and flat. Vasquez dueling with Diambara. Vasquez bypassing one. Diambara stuck to the task and won the possession. Sabovic, Munoz. Sabovic with the chest. Heze will lift. First time, back to Heze. Further first time to Santa. Alexis Santa nods it to Bu. Just have to be careful there in those moments to break the first line, as similar action. Referee thinking of a whistle, but substitution. Bu will come off for Chalebi. A certainly offensive change from Coach Kamal Hat, implementing a striker and taking off a holding midfielder. That task will belong to, I believe, Hrstanovic now. Will play the Bu role. This Severi has to communicate. In these situations, you just need someone to have a bit of composure and
Let's go!
find the line-splitting pass. There's a direct one towards Diambara. Diambara byline. Runs out of pitch. No is the question. An intervention in the end. Just about remained in play. Chalebi will foul his man. And a quick talking to from the referee. Obando will load towards Airbarth. Here is Endure from left back. Kolenovic alongside Bu. Munoz. De Oliveira will now have to get back in position. As Santa. Just glancing over at the Sandzak bench, they certainly have some options to try and change the game. Dekanovic, Bu, who just has come off, Markovic and Muller, Elvedin Hat, I believe a couple more, so their bench might be in use. They have this set piece to defend first. Vasquez slips. Will take it quickly to Chalebi, beaten to it. Diambara drops a shoulder and finds Matthew Heze, who has some green grass to roam into. Santa. Going to ground. With that clearance, they can raise their lines, as Endure has gone down. Problem for the left fullback, who I believe had an issue in the first half as well. So maybe a substitution is needed for Schneider. It's going to be Diallo coming in with the number 18, who will slot in at the left full back. Or will Diallo occupy that position? I believe Diallo will indeed play on the left wing. We continue with Kalenovic, Krstanovic, Celebi is fouled by Bach.
Nice pass. Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Da li će koljeno će pretvoriti to? Daj da vratimo ovoga, ovaj je...
Certainly a appetizing position for this time Kalenovic. Sabovic tried from further distance. Maybe this calls for some finesse. Four-man wall. Kalenovic standing over. Kalenovic. Not this time. Flick, Erbath. Vasquez to the newly introduced substitute Diallo. Certainly has fresh legs. Cross in field. Some appeals. Referee in a good position. A nutmeg attempt, maybe at the wrong time. Diombera through on goal. Mamadou Diombera cuts on his left foot. Goes over, Celebi lobs, and it's in amongst the appeals. Celebi has dinked it, a beauty for Sandzak. That's a diamond of a goal. Control and eloquence from Celebi. Diombera went down in the box, there were some appeals, but Celebi kept a cool head and lobbed the goalkeeper neatly, opening up Sandzak's lead. Sandzak hit the front through Arman Celebi. Good swift transition as the ball was won in the middle of midfield. And Sandzak have what they were craving for. Diallo. How can Schneider repass now? Munoz was advancing. Swivels and turns. Munoz trying to find the byline. Stood up by Matthew Heze. Diligent work again from Heze. Off the backside of a Sandzak body.
Nema stajanja, guys, let's go!
One more, let's go!
Keep moving, come on! Mora se povlači.
Both
Nema povlačenja, let's go, guys.
players down were there for a second. Referee calls a stop momentarily to the match as player is slowly getting up to his feet. Of course, today's Game and Frame broadcast is brought to you by Petrobax, your gateway to Spain and Portugal. From unforgettable vacations to exclusive soccer group trips, Petrobax gets you closer to the action, the culture, and the biggest teams on the Iberian Peninsula. Visit petrobax.com and start planning your dream trip today. As Sandzak have to defend this free kick, which is delivered low. Nifkovic has to just parry. The service to the penalty area, the goal scorer doing his defensive work as well. A shot is skewed wide. Nifkovic just wants to have a quick word with the referee. Cleared out first time. Spa won the first ball. Vasquez. The Oliveira was an option. Santa beaten to it by Amadou. Good turn by De Oliveira. Santa. Over the top to Mirza Sabovic. Obando clears. Bit of pinball. And Armand Chalebi will just assess the situation. Sabovic dropping between the line. Exchanges with Santa. Floats it over to the Umbera. An overlap coming from Hustanovic. Kalenovic. Again, neat and intricate on the top of the box. Have to get back now. As Zumar throwing bodies to the counter-attack. Smart play by Obando. Vasquez, so to good advantage by the referee as Zoom still have the possession. Obando. Sandzak bodies have gotten back. Obando again with a dangling leg will win aside a free kick. Vasquez to take, as Obando is in the vicinity as well, but I believe it's going to be Vasquez. Indeed so, to the second post. Dangerous. Nifkovic has to tip over as he had to set his footwork neatly to backpedal and to flick over his goal post. In the end, that last contact came from the Umbera. But Nifkovic alert and active. Another set piece from the same taker. Vasquez delivers. Nifkovic commanding as can be and will distribute a quick throw. Santa is onside, dragged his movement to the right side of the last man. Chalebi dueling with Obando. Will just flick it to Hrstanovic. First time to Kalenovic, who can't control. Obando with length. Hrstanovic, first control with the chest. Herbarth. Diallo, good first touch. Good composure to locate Vasquez, who will serve a bit straight. And Nifkovic can just take some time. Sabovic has to lift it to his fullback, who will clear lines. Kalenovic. Who I think has a problem. Off the pitch for the moment. Boo is quickly up off the bench to replace him. Boo, like for like, will go over a sporting touch that has to be said from the Zoom Schneider head coach, who's gone over to check on Kalenovic. But substitution is quickly made. I think he was flexing his shoulder. We continue with the action here as Obando. Vasquez. Djukanovic has also leapt from the bench. Diombara there to give a sporting hand as the yellow is brandished to Chelebi. And he will go off and take a breather. Martin Djukanovic on. The center forward with certainly great work rate and the plus great defensively in defensive situations. Here is his first sprint forward. Tried to latch onto the flick of Diombara. Krstanovic towards Djukanovic, who's going through on goal. Heze towards Djukanovic. Good control in the end. And a turn and a swivel by Obando. Vasquez on the half turn. A couple of knee touches with the outside of the boot to control. Towards Diallo. First touch just pops up a bit. Boo will put his foot through it. Athletically up is the number 5, Ba. Finds Munoz. Munoz, who's certainly of the two fullbacks the most advanced of the two, as well in the first half. As again, a good bit of work from Heze to win a goal kick. 67 minutes gone here at Roosevelt Island. Sandzak in the lead through a Chelebi lob over the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper again with correct starting position. Sabovic, Krstanovic, first time, Diombara off him last. Djukanovic spinning Obando, Diombara, Djukanovic again pressing and winning his side, goes over in the area. And a whistle will be a yellow card for Djukanovic. As I see Mirkovic also limbering up and having a quick chat with Kamal Had. Maybe that will be Sandzak's next substitution. Clever nutmeg from Diombara. As he wins his side of free kick. Muller is also going through some paces on the sideline. The focus is here for Sabovic's service. It was whipped in devilishly. First contact, a Zoom persuasion. Munoz forwards. The Oliveira blocked off by Bu.
Hold it, hold the ball. Bravo.
To keep a bit of possession now and
Hold it, hold. Yes.
find good pockets.
Ajmo Barcelona, idemo.
There is one picked up by Mirza Sabovic. Back to Haris Sabovic. Vasquez. Diallo. A run. Lovely composure from Haris Sabovic to just control with the chest. Lovely work again from Ba. Erbarth. Ba. Getting quite frantic now.
Offside.
Overlap. As Ba is still down as the double substitution is about to be introduced for Sandzak. Muller on for one Hrstenovic, and Alexis Santa off as well for Mirkovic. A defensive-minded player in Muller and an offensive-minded player in Mirkovic. Muller will maybe just sit in the 6 with Ba advancing. Another free kick won by Diombera. Sabovic will play to the overlap. First time low on the top, it goes over in the area. On the top of the 6, Mirza Sabovic found some space. It was a clever move in the end as the penalty area was loaded to the far hand side. The overlap came from Hrstenovic, who played a first time ball into Sabovic, who couldn't make clean contact. Buys up and in his position, so that last bit of contact that might have taken is shaken off, and certainly a very important player for Zoom. Towards Dikanovic with the outside of the foot. Tried something intricate and quickly taken. Back and forth they go. Free kick. Martin Dikanovic with a clever idea. Just tried to wrap his outside of his right foot to flick it around.
Has it?
Goes over.
Guys, come on!
Don't let him go, come on, man!
Diombera sprinting to get in position. Diallo over, Muller's first involvement. Bu. Clever footwork, has to release however. But does well to, in the first instance, win the ball back. Still in play. We'll load it towards Erbarth. Sabovic was first. Sabovic, Diombera back again. Has to do some defensive work now. As Diallo, Vasquez thinking about lining one up. Cleared away. So whistle had gone and all that as Djukanovic was one-on-one with Obando, but the whistle was quickly the meaning of the stop to the play. As Matthew Heze is just getting a hand up from the referee, who has to be said one of the most experienced refs that we feature here on Cosmopolitan First Division, with many games under his belt and certainly lots of experience. Just quickly glancing at his watch, as has a quick refreshment as the flick from Nivkovic is a long clearance. Again, some contact.
Can I little bit talk about professional? Now it's ball to the Messi.
Djukanovic is down as well. Chalebi has left him from the bench, calling from some assistance. Certainly hope he's okay. The assistance was quickly called for. Chalebi had already an impromptu timeout. Certainly not an ideal situation. He's seated up. I can't really assess what is the problem. Nivkovic has gone up to check in on his teammate. He's being helped off. Chalebi will enter. Coach Kamal had also having a quick word with Diombera. Nivkovic will jog back into his goal now. Unfortunate moment for Djukanovic, who was certainly in and amongst the action in the final third. Almost scored Sandzak's second, and now unfortunately has to come off the pitch. The second enforced substitution, I remind you, for Sandzak, as Kalenovic also had to come off, hailing an issue with his shoulder. Over the top, Diombera on the chase. Diombera is behind him, and Amadou has to clear lines. Thrown in. Chelebi. Getting up. Crossing one into Mamadou Diombera. Leaping with lavish. Chelebi with work rate to serve it to the man that leapt with lavish. Diombera on the score sheet. His first of the year in his first appearance. Diombera on the score sheet again. And a very important second goal for Sandzak. Again, great work rate from Chelebi, not giving up the play, finding the second ball, delivering one, and leaping with lavish, like we mentioned, Diombera. Kalenovic will re-enter, so to De Oliveira. Vasquez. Goal scorer pressing his man. Kalenovic. Back it'll go. Vasquez. Free kick. We're into the 82nd minute. Short option is the one. Obando. Awkward bobble in front of Nifkovic. Off the post, off the second post. Unbelievable action as it did not cross the line. But what a moment for Schneider to get back in this match off both posts, as the first awkward shot was dealt with a bit of discomfort, as the follow-up shot ricocheted off the inside of both posts. Kalenovic, who's back on the pitch. And another substitution for Sandzak in the middle of midfield. Bu coming off, some fresh legs in that department via Elvedin Hat. Long into the night sky. Diombera leaping again. The two goal scorers in a quadrant there. Gets his pass off to Mirkovic, who had a sprint. Goalkeeper clears lines. De Oliveira. Some minutes left in this match. What a result this would be for Sandzak if they can manage to find one more to sure things up, or discomfort Schneider from scoring their first and second. Of course, you need one to get two. That's what Munoz is trying now. Will Zoom stand up a grandstand finale here at Roosevelt Island? In this situation, no is the answer, as Sabovic, but gives away the possession. De Oliveira. De Oliveira, first touch out of his feet, second to find Vasquez. As we entered into the 85th minute, corner kick for Zoom Schneider. Possibly one last substitution being prepared for Zoom Schneider, as Rodriguez is lacing up his boots. The service comes in. Nifkovic stays home. First contact was in again a pivotal area. Diambera lengthening his stride. Look at the pace. Diambera, unselfish. Chelebi goes down. Penalty kick. Athletic pace from Diambera. Unselfish pass to Chelebi, who was taken down. And a spot kick to shore things up for Sandzak, who will take the spot kick, is the question. I believe it's going to be Kalanovic. Kalanovic, 12 yards out, with a chance to seal the victory and seal the 3 points for Sandzak. Kalanovic stepping up right-footed. Kalanovic denied. Rebound, yes! 3-0 to the good for Sandzak, as his first attempt was squandered by the goalkeeper, whose rebound allowed Kalanovic to find the third. Sandzak 3-0 up and in a beautiful position to secure 3 points and their 4th win in a row, as Rodriguez has entered for the Oliveira for the last knockings. Obando to Rodriguez, who will slot in at the left full back. Had 3 different players occupying that position in the second half. Zoom, as Endure had to come off. Vasquez spinning, Erbarth linking. Chelebi, free kick. 88 minutes gone. Coach out preparing a last substitution, possibly some fresh legs. The shot comes in from a long way away from Bad, deflected. Mirkovic there to press. The Severi, who's also re-entered. Flag is risen. As Chelebi will come off on the outskirts of the pitch. Some fresh legs to see out the last minutes. Muller stretches. The Oliveira, good first touch. Jinking and swiveling. Krstanovic between man and ball. Rodriguez takes, Vasquez. Kalanovic will keep it in play. Mirkovic through on goal, chased by Munoz. Forced him a bit wide to his left-hand side. Munoz going to ground. A thick 50-50. Deflection is awkward. And again, it has to be said, the work rate from Sandzak is exemplary at times, just to sprint and give everything to get in position. In this instance, Mirkovic was through on goal, checked a bit wide, and in the second phase they won a set piece. Kalanovic will load. Mirkovic rising. Clearance. Muller. Muller unselfishly to the captain, who picked up an interesting position. Sandzak minutes away from the immaculate start that they craved going into this match. Like we mentioned in the pre-match, they will be off next week with 4 wins in a row at the top of the table. Kalenovic, scorer of the third. Krstenovic back in. Clearance from Amadou. Kalenovic dancing feet. Forced wide.
Oh, you saw that one! You saw that one! You saw that one, huh? Yeah.
Free kick for Sandzak in a position to load one, as that might be final whistle. Indeed so, as the lights go out here at Roosevelt Island, Sandzak go 4 for 4, a melodramatic ending as the lights just shut off as a free kick was going to be delivered. I don't think we had so much stoppage time. So the final score here at Roosevelt Island, Sandzak 3, Schneider 0. Sandzak top of the table, immaculate start to the Cosmopolitan First Division. 4 wins in a row for them. Stay tuned for interviews.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours. all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house.
Welcome back, guys. I'm joined here by Christian and the goal scorer of the first goal for Sandzak, Chalebi. I'll begin with you, Christian. A very important game for you guys today, meaning that if you guys were victorious, which you were, you would go 4 for 4, an immaculate start to the season. What was said before the match, given that also to next week you guys have a week off? Was this a must-win to put pressure on the rest of the group as you guys sit now comfortably in the top of the table?
Yeah, so we came here hungry because we're playing away, so we just wanted to right away play aggressive, play hard, so that's what we did. We came out 1-3-0, and yeah.
And a very big game for you. Coach had trusted you from the very beginning. I believe you also played some minutes in the reserve game. How was that like, playing 2 games? How the legs feeling, and what was said between the matches actually, just to rest and recover and go again?
He's telling me save some energy for next match and just be light on your feet, and that's it.
Very good, well said, well played as well. And Chalebi, very important game like we mentioned.
Yeah.
Scoreless first half, likewise to last week against Polonia. Is Sandzak a second half team? Because obviously you guys play very good in the first half as well, but what magic is said at halftime as you guys come out and score your goals? And of course the win is very important, but the manner of which you guys scored your goals. I'll begin with the first one. Your determination to not give up on the play and just to lob the goalkeeper as possibly the umpire was taken down in the box. You left no mistake and made your finish a certain one. What did you see in that situation, and what is it like in the halftime team talk?
Yes, for that situation, I saw the ball bounce back. So I figured we were going to get the penalty anyway, so might as well try it, and it worked out. So I'm happy to get my goal. And as for halftime, yeah, I think we just obviously they didn't have the best results, but those are always tend to be the teams that kind of get us. So we knew coming here that this game was going to be just as important and just as challenging as the next. So we definitely tried not to underestimate them. And then halftime, when it's scoreless, the guys just kind of way of checking each other like, yo, we got to up the tempo, and it's now or never. Because if we can get in the first 10, 15, then we can cool out, which is kind of what happened for the rest of the half. We kind of got control early, and yeah, that's how we got the game.
The magic Sandzak team talk, shall we say. Don't change anything until it's, you know how the saying goes. For your second goal as well, the second goal of your team, again, your determination. Ball is in the tight space on the left-hand side. You win the first ball, you win the second ball, you serve one into Diambara. Again, we said this previously that we talked. Your determination, your ambition, your will to want to win the ball amongst your teammates as well. Is that a Sandzak quality that you feature?
Yeah, definitely. I think regardless, whether you play good or not, hustle is always a must. And if they can't knock your determination or your hustle, then the way you play is just up to the day, I guess. And I knew I kept going on the play because I knew I was going to get the call. I knew I was kind of pissing the ref off a little bit. So I figured he's not going to give me the call. And so, yeah, I kept pushing, and it ended up working out.
And finally, to close the scoring, Kalenovic from the spot. A rebound off a penalty kick. 3-0 win. How does that sound? And more importantly, 4 for 4, an immaculate start for Sandzak in the season.
Well, it's too early to say anything. So 4 for 4, perfect as of now. Doesn't mean anything. We're just going to try to keep tempo high. Obviously, now we have the break. We have a lot of knocks today, a lot of guys bruised up, so it's perfect timing. And for the rest, it doesn't mean anything until it means something. So.
Yeah, of course, like you said, a good time for the break in essence. I'll ask this question to both of you guys, a final question. Good time for the break. Let's hope firstly Martin Dekanovic and Kalenovic, who had a bit of an issue but was good enough to come back onto the pitch and eventually score the third. Hopefully they're okay, as they're very important pieces to this side. A week break and you go again against Liberia. What are your early thoughts on that matchup?
I haven't looked into it. It's too far away as of now. Right now, I'm just focused on healing and resting up. But like I know how we're gonna come day of, focused, ready, hopefully ready to get the next 3 points. That's all that matters.
Very well said. One day at a time. And a final point from Christian. Good day at the office. 2 wins, also a win for the reserve team.
That's all that matters, yeah. 3 points. 6 points actually. 3, yeah.
6 point Sunday for Sandzak. Final score here at Roosevelt Island. Sandzak 3, Zoom Schneider 0. Thank you guys for tuning in.